Farmability. Experience productivity.
Hi, I'm the Klerk and I'm the owner of farmability.co.za. If you don't know what we do, go check out the description below. Today I'm going to install a 5-stage reverse osmosis system. It's a little DIY project to do at your home or your office. It's very easy and simple to do. I'm going to show you what you need, what comes in the box, and how to do it. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, like and subscribe right now. Okay, this is how the box looks. So it says over 300 times cheaper than bottled water. So I don't know what kind of bottled water they're specifying, but definitely much easier. 5 stages: your sediment filter, your active carbon filter, your carbon block, your membrane, and then your taste and odor filter. So the crew have put everything up on the site so you can actually see what all of it does. So in the box you get this 10-liter plastic filter, well not filter, bottle, that when you open the tap there's water already that's filtered, and then your filter spanner, the screws on top there, the screws at the bottom where your main tap is. Remember, cold water, not hot water. Your pipe that you can use if you want to install the tap. Here's a little tap that you're going to install. Okay, if you don't want to drill a hole, you simply just put that on the wall and you can put it there. This comes with the tap and then the little filter. The system is built in Taiwan, and then you got your little instruction manual there. For what it's worth, I couldn't get a lot of detail out of it, but enough that you can kind of understand more or less, but yeah, not the most comprehensive menu. And then your filters, this is the way that they need to be installed. So that way there, and then this one needs to be a C3 one closest to your inlet. Okay, there's your little, there's the pump, motor, and the other 2 filters and power supply. Right, tools you're going to need for this: you're going to need a Klerk diamond core bit. 11mm will work. I've got a 14. Your drill, I've got a John Guest pipe cutter. You can also use a carpet knife for it. And then the plug, if you want to change it over to 3-point plug, it's got a 2-point plug in, and then plumbing tape. I also use the works. At the moment I don't have it here, so I'm going to use this, but I'll show you the works in another video, and then screwdriver for your plug. Okay, let's get cracking. What you're going to do is you need to check where you can install your filter and your tank before you start drilling holes. So very important that you do that, otherwise you're going to have a bit of a problem. So I spoke to the supplier yesterday. You got about 5 to maybe 10 meters. I'm going to show you where I'm installing it now. I'm installing the filter in one side and I'm installing the tank on another side. The way that the filters are installed is you have your inlet this side. There you go, to inlet 1. It's your clear filter, and then you got your little blue one, just like this. And then lastly, the one like that. Right. So we're gonna start off with this. Install it, and we're gonna tighten it now so we don't forget later. And that's what you're gonna use your filter spanner for. Just tighten up, don't break it off. Make sure your O-ring is seated nicely there. There we go. and lastly, because what's handy is if you need to give it enough pipe and cable so you can pull it out and you can get to the filters, ideally on the ground. So make sure that you do that. So this should work perfectly well for what I want to do. There we go. Right, and then the last filter we're going to install is this little filter membrane. Goes into this one, so you can unscrew. You can undo all of this. There we go. And then it doesn't state which direction it should go in, but I mean, my logic tells me it needs to go in this way. Let's see if it works. So that pretty much looks to me the way that it needs to go in. So I'm just going to show you again. So black rubber this side, the two rubbers that side, going to slide and then just pop in there. I'm going to close this up again. Here you can see the little power supply and the motor at the pump that's going to supply you with adequate pressure on this. Just hand tighten this. There we go. Remember to put back this little pipe. Just screws back on, and then gonna pop that back onto there. There we go. Right. So you can see it can swivel as well. You can install it whichever way. Next, we're gonna pop it in and start doing the electrical side. You can cut this. We're gonna cut it now and extend it because firstly we don't use, angle this, we don't use the 2-point plugs predominantly. In South Africa we use the 3-point plug, so we're going to extend it if we need to and just get it to run. But before we connect the power, obviously you need to put water on the system and that, so remember to close your water. And I think before we do the power, let's do the water connections. We'll do the power last. Now I want to measure where this should come. So I want to have it more or less in close proximity. What I forgot is I need a 90 and a marker. So non-permanent ideally. If you do make a mistake, so you can wipe it. So there's the one tap. I want to put this tap on this side, and this is going through granite. So I need to make sure that it's absolutely correct. I'm going to start off by measuring more or less in the middle of that tap. So that sits at 65. So more or less there. There we go. And then in terms of this one, let's see how I'm going to figure this out. So to come up in a straight line, let's see here, I'll try and do this. So I've changed it to that configuration, and you can see that the tap there is more or less in line with the zinc. But what I want to try and do, I want to try and get that as well as close as to the middle. So there I've got it on 3 centimeters, and then on this side I want it on 3 as well. So there we've got our mark. where to drill the hole. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just to make sure, more or less, just taking the tap, unscrewing a little flange at the bottom, and a nut that's going to hold it in place. And if I put it there, it should be more or less correct. So I can move that one and I can move this one out of the way. So there we go, it swivels as well, so it's not a fixed thing. Okay, let's drill the hole. And what I've seen what the guys from the granite does is to add a little bit of water. So I don't know if it's going to make it better or worse, but let's try. Because I see that they, when they cut, keep on adding water, so I don't want to mess up And there we go. Now I just need to wipe it quickly. When you're installing the tap, you got a rubber. You'll see there's two. There's a little soft one and then a hard one. And then you get this little silver one as well. I presume you can install this on the top, so it'll look like that. Not really. My opinion is on this surface that'll look better. So you need to have the O-ring there, the rubber seal, just to stop water from going down into the cupboard. And then in the bottom, in the bag as well, you're going to install this little hard black plastic piece, this one, and then your little nut. It's going to keep it there. And inside of it you also find this little white pisiki and that one. So that's going to go over the pipe, and then this one into the pipe, and then this comes installed, the nut that's going to keep the pipe there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you. That piece is going to be quite cramped in there, but let's see. Okay, next you got to make sure that your water is closed off and that all your pump is switched off. Remember to get a little bucky thing so that if you spill, the water can run in there. Just pop it underneath and start undoing it. So the space is a bit limited here. So it's going to be fun to try and get in here. Okay, one of the reasons I was struggling to get it out is because of this horsehair. I can't remember the exact wording for it. So because of that, I've decided to go grab the works. This is all trusted method of mine that I've learned from someone else as well. And all you do is you just pop a little bit of that on it. The one problem with it is it's like a bit of a glue. So if you want to get something loose again, use a bit of a mission. But what's nice is we've tested before is if you put it on a pump, you literally just apply it very thinly, and after that you can literally it'll leak, and then when you get there the next morning you'll see that it's much better. So then we'll just take a bit of hand towel paper, you can just finish it off nicely. There we go. And then we're going to do the same on this side, but we're first going to take this old stuff off. We don't need it anymore. It's not the best thing to do with the carpet knife, it makes it a bit blunt, but alright, there we go. I'm going to put this back afterwards and grab that off. That fits nicely there. And look, it's in the cupboard below, so no one's going to see it, but we're going to know about it. And we actually don't need that because it's a little rubber o-ring, but just as a precautionary, we just pop on a little there. And once again, just use our fingers just to smoothen it out. You can use surgical gloves if you can get any. At the moment, then you won't get your fingers full of this, but I mean, it's not the end of the world. So you just cover your threads nicely. Pop in the washer there and just screw it on. Right, and as a rule, I don't over tighten things, and especially the works that you've got in here, it's not necessary to do that. There we go. Let's open that tap, and then all I usually do is I just do that, just to right, that's done. I'm still going to have a bit of pleasure putting that little pipe in there, but it should come right. And then from here, I'm going to drill holes through there, there, and then through this one, and eventually into this for the tank. So I'm going to do that quickly. Once I'm done, we're going to start connecting the pipes and then the electricity. Right, once you've got the pipe through there goes, and in here. So I want to leave enough slack so I can fit it here. And on this side, I'm going to do a guesstimate on about there. And this is where I'm going to use the John Gates pipe cutter. Simply just catch it there and just cut it. So just when you're done, make sure you just blow out any stuff that might be in the pipe when you pass it through a cupboard or a wall. Okay? Right, next we need to fit this at the top here, so it works again. I'm gonna pop some into my hand this time. There we go, should be enough. And just pop it on there. So I usually let it just sit for about 20 minutes, half an hour before I put pressure on it. But you can apply this wet as well, which is nice, because if you've got a leak on a galvanized pipe, you simply just put this over on top, and as soon as it dries, it usually seals it. So there we go. I'm just going to hand tighten this. Don't use a wrench or anything because it's plastic, so you might end up snapping it off. And then there we go. It's tricky doing these camera shots with one hand. So just going to open this up. Going to push it through there. That's your pipe. And then simply pop it in. And you can cut it short if you want to. I'm going to leave it just as is, and all you do is you simply tighten it. And again with your hand, once it's tightened with your hand, you shouldn't have any leaks. There, and remember to leave this stopcock open. There we go. A bit of spare pipe. Let's see if we can't get it to be a bit. I'll use the pipe as a stopper. There we go. And there it's in. Back this back. So it's up here. And that's it for this side. Next we need to fit the pipe on the bottom of the tap. So what we're going to do now is just insert the pieces and then go to the bottom. I'm going to screw it in there because there's no space to show you how exactly that works. But what you're going to do is you've got that little piece, so that one. I'm going to slide this over first, then the little collar. And once you're done with that, this one goes in. You have to takes a bit of effort to put it in there. And there we go. Right, that's going to slide to the top. You see, and that's going to make a watertight seal. Right. After that, I'm going to insert it onto the ball valve where the main water feed comes in. We're going to do that down at the bottom, so there's a little space. I'm going to quickly do that and then show you where all those pipes goes in, and then it's just a drain and electricity. You need to remember, you need to push the white pipe, and if you can see there, over there, it's a little ring. You need to push it over, otherwise it won't seal properly. So what I did is I took my Leatherman, I'm going to show you, and simply just did that, widened it a little bit, and it came right over. Cool. Hope that helps you with getting that pipe over. Right, next step is you need to put your drain pipe overflow in here or somewhere. So I want to do it before the trap. So I'm going to pop it in there. Right, now I'm just going to drill a little hole here. There we go. We're going to pop that in there. Just like that. And then we're just going to seal it off with a little bit of the works or silicone. So whichever one is better for you. And I think this pipe's going to be just a little bit short to be able to cable tie it together with the other ones. But that's fine. Right, next we need to start connecting the pipes. So what I did is I just checked if this pipe's long enough. This is to the drain. You'll see it also says there on it, 4 to drain. So I'll show you now how to simply just connect the pipes. And you're going to see some of my pipes are going to be a bit short. So now I've just cable tied them. I need to make sure connect the right pipe to the right one. So this is to the tank. The tank is on this side. What I'll do for now, I'm going to have to pull it in a bit, just unscrew it, pull it off here, that little sticker key there, pop it there, and then you push this through. Let's do the facet first, the little silver tap, because I've got more pipe at the tank. So I'm going to come down this one here, this one. Let's do the facet, which is this one. This is going to give you your fresh water, or your clean water, let me put it that way. Yeah, take it off, push it through. Simply just pop it in at the top until you feel it stop. And then you're just going to tighten it. So nothing's stopping me from undoing it there and just turning it in like this. There we go. Pop it back in, and then this is the one to the inlet. Let's just make sure that that's the one that goes down this way. It's one at the top at the moment. That's it. Obviously, if you don't do it at the beginning, to cable tie it, it'll be much easier. But what I want to do is I want to try and cut the pipes so that they're all the same length and they all look nice and tidy. So just push this in a bit. in it goes. And obviously if I undo all the cable ties, I'll have more than sufficient pipe to get this out to service it again. But I'll get some longer pipe sometime. And then this one, pop it in here now, and then I'll get the pipe longer in a second. Okay, that's all the connections done. Next for me is the power, which is this little cable here. Make it long enough. So now simply cut it there. And then I'm just going to go get the joints to join them. So just strip it open here. It's a simple, well not simple, it's a basic 2-core wire. There's a jointed with 2-core wire as well, up until where the plug point is. Alright, everything installed, pump switched on, you can hear it running. And then the only leak that there was actually the only place where I didn't use the works. So right here down at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it there where that pipe goes, that was the only leak. But I've just turned off the stop valve there, and I'll fix it a bit later. Now on the manual it says it needs to run for 90 minutes. So there you can see the water starting to come out. All in all, it's taken me a bit longer to do with the cables and all of that, and the camera. It should take you about an hour, hour and a half, depending on how difficult your setup is. So hope this helped, and yeah, now you should have clean drinking water. Cool, have a good one. Ciao.
Farmability. Experience productivity.